Oh my god. Who's making the most here? Will and Joe. Our ratings went way up, of course, but our money's going to go way down. We're just paying too much in salaries. February 2022. We're actually beyond. This is January 10th. I'm recording this, so we're beyond. We're into the future. Brother, thanks for the passport. I've never traveled anywhere. I'm excited to get out, even if it's on business. I'm ready for your orders. Hey, plus 0.1%. You did it, sir. The Texans have remembered that horses had been there for them long before the people invented cars and quickly joined the burgeoning trend. I don't know if everyone having a horse would be better or worse for the environment because of all the food you'd need to feed them. And the poop. Imagine all the poop. These days, meeting a person on horseback in Texas is easier than meeting a car driver. Thank you. My talents as a mediator are at your service. How about bikes? Ria Tin says, hello, Mr. President. I would be happy to help you with any unhappy employees you may have. If there's friction in the workplace, feel free to bring the unhappy parties to me for a counseling session. Ah, Sierra Nevada mountain cabin. Famous mediator owns a small cabin in the mountains where she provides psychological help in both solitary and group sessions. The clean mountain air and asceticism help her to reconcile even the people who have long hated each other. 2.6 million. I'm going to need way more cash. Hey, Clint came through. Melissa says, sir, thank you so much for sending us Clint. He was as cute as a kitten, kept purring and didn't put a finger wrong. The new Miss USA even told the media the pageant wouldn't be possible if not for your personal involvement. As a token of our gratitude, we're glad to send monthly donations to the Presidential Charity Foundation. Nice. That's much needed. Brother, you know I'm the best thief on the map, but recently I've reached a new level even for myself. I'm stealing the goods and selling them too. It's a profitable business, and you're my brother, so I suggest you get involved. Unload state warehouses. Fergus Bright. Sir, thousands of tons of goods continue to be confiscated across America. Combine this with all the material evidence, drugs, guns, and other stuff. And now they've clogged up the warehouses of law enforcement agencies. Your staffer came up with an idea to tidy things up while also getting some budget relief. We'll have the mother of all garage sales. We should put a catalog of goods online and get the word out in every state. Do you have the right people for the job? We'll send Ollie and Will, I guess. Bill Bonny says, sir, the announcement about introducing additional sanctions against Venezuela on the official page of the White House has already earned hundreds of thousands of likes and reposts. The commenters, thank you, and the journalists, let me read this to you. America has once again reaffirmed its historic status as a champion for democracy and political freedoms. We're at 92.4%. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen. Mr. President, by banning cookies architect in the US, you literally saved our children. Except the game was also popular with the adults. And now the gaming forums are teeming with personal insults toward you and sarcastic suggestions that we ban Las Vegas because why stop now? There's literally another game that you can waste your money on. Whoa, 435,000? Brother, remember our last conversation about a pay raise? Last time I was cheap. I should be getting 5 times my salary. What do you say? I'm warning you, if you fuck me over, I'm out. You give me a raise? I have to do it this time because he's got the passport. Thanks, brother. You know I won't let you down. Another road accident strikes Berkeley. This time, the young driver survived. What might she reveal when she regains her senses? Young candidate for Congress in New York, Bobby Gates, is becoming a household name thanks to his recent video on Chick Shock. Who is he? A clever politician or a crook? Archie's back. Our so-called commander-in-chief is busy trotting the globe. While America suffers the pain of his mistakes, I'm talking to you, Mr. President. You won't escape justice, even in China. You'll soon get what's coming to you. Sasha says, you know what a bender is, don't you, sir? It's when you drink and drink and can't stop. Well, I know about it firsthand. I'm sorry, but I'm not coming back to work this month. Okay, well, I'm not paying you. But no. What do you know, man? I got conned by some clever chick. I thought I was chatting with a supermodel, but she was just some smartass who steals other people's data and then resells it on the black market. He didn't hack me, though. Just gathered some damaging information to persuade me to give him your personal details. I gave him nothing. They taught me in the FBI never to share any information for free, but I promised this guy to speak with you on his behalf. Let's hire him. He conned none other than Tony Estaba, ex-FBI and acting vice president. Yeah, that's pretty difficult. Andrej. Buddy! We got a tip on a promising candidate in Illinois. Woody Panetta. Apparently he's a bright kid running for Congress. Says all the right things, and he wants to be friends with the president. Same last name as our 42nd president, Rick Panetta. And it's not even his real name. Woody doesn't have any political clout, and I guess he thinks it makes him sound famous. But I bet Woody would be a big politician in a couple of years. He reminds me of me when I was young. Feisty and charming. I was keeping it in my back pocket for now, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Top it all off, the kid tells me he has something up his sleeve. Maybe we can help Woody climb the ladder a little? Give him some money now and ask him to vote the right way later. Right now he's opening up a wildlife sanctuary in the suburbs. I say we go talk to him. You look him over and we can show him off for the press. Whoa. Like Panetta said, searching for candidate Texas, searching for candidate Nevada, vindicate the police. 15 million? Get the actor. We need to make some money big time, so I'm going to shuffle the cabinet. Lose 100,000 at the end of every month. Cost killer. You gain 650,000, but we lose 4.9% ratings. Jesus. Wow. We don't have people that really give us cash, eh? Maybe I can balance that off. Okay. That's good. That balances part of that. 15% more. Maybe 15% get paid 15% less. Oh, Sasha's on a binge. I gotta do it. Okay. Gain 250,000. We're gonna lose so many ratings, but we have... I definitely want to move her out, because we already signed the bill. Launder money. I mean, it might be... Let's do this. One percent more, lose 0.5% ratings. 1%'s nothing though. Launder money. Your monthly income sources bring 40% more. More rating losses, though. Straight up just 10% more. What's he doing here again? I don't mind that, actually. Let's go Tien. I already appointed you. I know I might be checking these multiple times. It's hard to keep track of all this. Let's do launder money. Let's see how that pans out. So we should be making a lot more cash now. Like Panetta said, start with that. Actually, rescue the rogue president. We're gonna send Conrad. Maybe we'll fire him next month. Mr. President, can I exit the White House through your window? It's somewhat urgent. Okay. What does that mean? Vindicate the police. Prove that you are a successful enough businessman to mediate the conflict between the disgruntled moguls and the city authorities. May bring new permanent contributors to your charity foundation. That's a lot of money to raise in 4 months, though. Get the actor. The iconic actor only respects rich producers. You've got to have the wherewithal before he agrees to depict you in a movie. But our foundation may get a new recurring donor. Okay. Let's do this. Woody Panetta, candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives in Illinois. Mr. President, let me shake your hand. It's such an honor. Like my business coach Charlie Chocolate says, stay close to your idols. It's how you reach your dreams. So what's your dream? My dream is to be useful. As a great man once said, strive not for success, but to make your life meaningful. Do you always speak in quotations? A facility with quotation underscores one's ability to appreciate other people's ideas and merits, crucial skills in both business and politics. Is it true you want to get into Congress? Yes, but not for the sake of my career or for power. I'd like to do something more for America and my fellow citizens, more than just look after a Meadowlands bird sanctuary. And I can do that if I get to Congress. In good deeds, do no less than everything you can, as the sage Hong Zisheng said. You think you'll win this election? I sense the sneer in your voice, and I must warn you that I'm not as simple as you might think. First of all, my campaign is going great. Second of all, I still have a card up my sleeve. In fact, my so-called alias is not an alias. It's a name that rightfully belongs to me. My mother worked as a White House concierge, and during her tenure, she had an affair with Rick Panetta. It was true love, and I am the proof of their love. A talented young politician who inherited all his father's best traits, his intelligence, his empathy, and his powerful charisma. I'm sure the voters will be delighted to vote for me, the son of the most beloved president in the history of the United States. Did you know my uncle was Lincoln? Perhaps, but I doubt you have a picture of Lincoln holding you as a baby. I know exactly what you're doing right now. You're checking how stern my stuffing is. Like the crypto millionaire Jimmy Wahlberg once said, success doesn't happen when you start being successful, but when you stop being unsuccessful. Okay. I assure you, I am the best investment you'll ever make, and I have proof. A photo of me together with Rick Panetta. This picture shows me sitting on my father's lap. Intrigued? That would be great, except Jimmy Wahlberg is 10 years old. What? Of course I'm intrigued. Here, take this picture. You can check it all you want. It's real. Even the FBI labs will tell you. Who else knows about your real father? No one. We kept it all perfectly secret, but soon everyone will know. It'll be a sensation. It all sounds very strange. We should be partners. Giving, taking, sharing a secret, offering help, and receiving help in return. These are the 6 signs of friendship. That's what the great Buddha says. Sure, let's be friends, and let's start with helping. That is the law of business. Just being my friend will bring you a lot of status. That's worth a lot. Let's commit! I'll give you $1 million. How does that sit with you? Rick Panetta's son can't be bought cheap. My endorsement is expensive. Very expensive. Once I win the election, I will be your man in Congress. 25 million? Be realistic. Demand the impossible. Che Guevara. Isn't that a little much? Sounds about right to me. I'm honored by your visit. My hat is off to you. It's a cap, in fact, with the Beaver Dam Creek logo on it. Here, I give it to you. Success is not won by he who delivers the best monologue, but by he who engages in dialogue. That's what Buddha said. Double quoting Buddha. Is that the best he can do? All the best to you, that's what I say. 25 million? That's one hell of a baby picture, my friend. I took a look. That's impressive, but I don't think Rick Panetta is actually Woody's father. True, the picture looks just like him, but no president is going to be holding his illegitimate children on his lap, much less let himself get photographed while he's doing it. I have an idea how we can get to the bottom of this crazy story and put that kid in his place. I'll get this photo to my friends at the FBI for forensic analysis. About a month from now, we'll know if it's real or a fake. Even if it's real, it doesn't mean that it's this kid. DNA tests. The president attended the opening of the Beaver Dam Creek Meadowland Preserve. This piece of land was reclaimed from an elite golf club by the young activist Rick Panetta. The White House has made it clear that it supports the preservation of America's natural environment, not the luxuries of the establishment. Saracino, White House reception liaison says, Mr. President, I'm finalizing the guest list for the upcoming Gala and need your opinion on including the British Queen's cousin, Duke Joshua IV. When we first invited him, he was enjoying popular support and was a welcome guest at every party. However, a few months ago, he got banished from the family. The tabloids claim it happened because of his peculiar affection for Her Majesty's lookalikes. Of course, the official reason for severing familial ties curtly states, for inappropriate behavior that offends the honor and dignity of the royal family. Do you think we should rescind the Duke's invitation? Nah! Stick it to the Queen. Heather Caruso. People will like that. Director of the Office of Public Engagement. Sir, this is urgent. There's a developing situation at the International Drone Piloting Festival in Florida. Somebody hacked the entire park of the damn things. They started by drawing lewd pictures in the sky and are now forming the words "President is." God only knows how the sentence is going to end. Would you like us to shoot them down? No, this is going to be good for us. I can feel it. Mark Gawatsky, head of the American Firefighters and Rescue Union, says, Mr. President, each year the firefighters organize a photo shoot to raise funds for a homeless animal rescue. Big burly men take off their fireproof overalls and cuddle with kittens and puppies. These pictures are smoking hot. We sell them and send the money to charity. Would you like to buy a box of prints or two? I think that we're spending money to get some approval rating. I think that's what we're doing there. Ellie says, I suggest you start conquering the Congress with Wanda Humphrey, an old friend of mine. Yes, she is literally quite old. They even call her the Ghost of Congress. It seems that nobody remembers anymore which party she started in. Wanda isn't ready to retire yet, but this year, she will almost certainly have to go. Youngsters don't want to vote for her. Those ungrateful kids all plan to vote for some 20-year-old Bobby Gates. Wanda will support our amendment if we help her win. I do like her. She's a no-nonsense old gal always sticking to her word. No unwanted surprises here. But we're gonna have to pay her off or something, right? Let's see what she wants. Ellie is looking for candidates for the House who could help you pass the amendment. Mr. President, you are the 4th U.S. Commander-in-Chief that I have met in person, and frankly, the handsomest of them all. I hope your wife will forgive me for saying so. After all, like I told Ellie, you and I are on the same team. Assuming I remain in Congress, of course. This upcoming election couldn't come at a worse time. You're 4th? How many years have you been in Congress? Ellie said your opponent's giving you a hard time. Oh, yes, that little upstart Bobby Gates. I used to give his mother double bass lessons. Double bass. Double bass. I always get those words confused for some reason when I pronounce them. Not that I don't know what the words mean, but, you know. If I'd known what kind of punk Linda would raise, I'd have forbid her from spreading her legs. Apparently, you'll have to take Bobby out of the race to have any chance of winning. Why don't you just give him a good spanking and tell him to send it? Apparently, you have to take Bobby out of the race to have any chance of winning. I like your pragmatism, Mr. President, but I'm afraid it's not so simple. It's not that simple. There's an endless stream of progressive young people lined up to take my seat. Bobby's just a symptom, not the cause. The problem is not with my campaign, Mr. President, but with the younger generation. They have absolutely no reverence for seniority or wisdom or the other virtues. They're no longer interested in a veteran politician with lifetimes of experience. What's the point of all that when there's Bobby Gates promising to build community gardens for growing cannabis? Apparently, for the last 10 years, all our schools have been producing junkies and bloggers. What can I do to help? If only I knew, I'd do it myself. I'll trust your expertise in conducting the virtuoso hoax, also known as campaigning. But I can only assume that without the votes of the young people who will come to the polls this year, I won't get anywhere. I'll help. Campaigning is my forte. Confidence suits you. I hope it's not all empty words, especially since you've only had one campaign in your career. I'm not getting into the race unless I'm sure I'll win. I don't want to look like some pathetic old lady called in to accompany a young soloist. Say hello to your lovely wife, Mr. President. It's quite a task Wanda has given us, my dear. One thing is clear. We'll need to use the Congresswoman's strengths in an unexpected way. I need to think and talk with someone who understands the tastes of young people. I'll get back to you when I have an idea. Meanwhile, you look after your other duties. Thirchino, gaining plus, we're kind of, since we have that thing where we lose 1/3, we just don't want to fail these checks because our approval rating's so high. Mr. President, our gala was a smashing success. Duke Joshua was the life of the party. He looked positively royal and swayed guests and journalists with his charming smile and quick-witted humor. Perhaps he got disowned because his jokes were too good to be British. It is hardly surprising the people's affections for him only grew after the scandal. The journalists are praising you for the lack of prejudice. Heather Caruso. Sir, the pictures from the drone piloting festival are plastered all over the internet. They're really pretty. The colors, the lights, the wisps of smoke from barbecue stands. But I suspect the true reason for their popularity are the drones spelling Presidic. Oh, I thought it was going to be something nice. In the sky. Pretty uninspired if you ask me. I would have come up with something cooler than that if I hacked a drone park. Sir, I almost choked on my coffee when I heard your voice inside my ride. I checked every corner and considered calling a shrink before I realized you were babbling from the Navigator app I downloaded this morning. It looks like some smartass created a voice assistant that sounds just like you and keeps spending dumb political slogans. Would you like to sue that son of a bitch? Nah. Zhu Ying, the China's ambassador, says, "You look dashing, Mr. President. Just like in the picture Serious People published the other day. The one where you're posing in the White House reception area. One of our staff was so enamored with it, she noticed a vase in the background. Judging by the pattern, it is a long-lost relic of the Xin dynasty. I do not know how this artifact found its way into the White House, but it is a priceless cultural heirloom. Would you consider giving it back to China?" Hell no! Doofus. He's using the buddy line too? Buddy, how is your significant other doing? My ex once said, at first, you think that being the first lady takes 4 years out of your life. But then you realize it stays with you until the bitter end. She may have worded it less glamorously, but you get the point. I thought it would be nice to set up a former First Lady's club. Just a few members with sweet privileges like annual gifts from the presidential fund. Tea parties in the White House, being catty and wagging their tongues about the presidents. Just throwing the idea out there, but if you agree, make sure to mention it came from yours truly. Sounds fun? No! Fuck you! Score update. Darling, your brilliant wife has brought you a gift. I know just how we can give old Wanda a few more years before retirement, and that's not all. What are you guys talking about, Congressman? Tony, you're just in time to hear the good news. I didn't come empty-handed either. Ellie, tell me what's going on. Thank you, darling. And don't look so hurt, Tony. You're not a child. Anyway, I was wondering... Are you sure he's not a child? Anyway, I was wondering for a long time what Wanda Humphrey, the Phantom of Congress, had in common with an ordinary student from New York. Only one thing came to mind. Music. That's when my foot started tapping. Darling, you send your people to me, and I'll handle everything from there. Not bad, Ellie. Not bad at all. Hey, buddy! Here's my news. The photo was authenticated, but it's suspicious as hell. Now I'm even more convinced he's not Rick Panetta's son, and we need to do a more thorough investigation. What? You realize you're contradicting yourself, right? No, you're just mad that the score is 1-1. Actually, it's 0-2. I found a second congressman who's willing to help us. Just introduce him to some influential foreign politicians, honey, and he's ours. His name is Javier de Baca. He's from Florida. I'll let him tell you the rest himself. For example, with the Germans, when you go on a trip to Germany, be sure to bring it with you, dear. Ellie, you're golden. Thank you, darling. Time to get to work. Let's beat Tony 6-0. Hey, sir, it's surprising, but the president voice assistant is so popular, 8 out of 10 American citizens we polled consider it to be their best friend. The president is making the rounds, and your approval rating is growing by the hour. That's like free advertising. Ooh, that's bad. Mr. President, I apologize for the unfortunate situation. One of the reporters from Just DC turned out to be educated enough to recognize the Xin Dynasty relic. Maybe it was a gift from a Chinese president or something. The internet is full of nasty remarks that accuse the White House of shamelessly appropriating foreign cultural artifacts. My superiors have already demanded I file an official note of protest. Ellie says, darling, do you remember the string of staged car accidents in California? They finally proved that all the fatal crashes were all intentionally set up by the same man. The bastard is exclusively targeting women. That's according to his only surviving victims. I'd run down every one of you dumb C's. I can't say that out loud. YouTube will ban me. The poor thing survived, but she's bedbound from the trauma. She forgot everything except those words and won't stop mumbling them, much to the annoyance of the other patients, I'm sure. We women spent decades fighting for our right to drive, and we won't give up under the threat of death. While the police are struggling to capture the assailant, I suggest we introduce a temporary measure. There should be a curfew on Route 15 after 6 p.m. for all male drivers. Can I announce it to the media? No, that's... Darling, I always knew you were prejudiced against women, but I had no idea you were prejudiced against my ideas as well. That's not... People are going to hate that. Buddy, I watched One-Ear Dog Named Joe yesterday and cried myself to sleep. It turns out the dog from the flick is a Japanese Akita. So I wondered why we are filming Japanese dogs when we have plenty of our own. I've already contacted the American Pit Bull Breeders Association and pitched the idea. They'll be happy to help, but require funding in return. Some of the profits from the film will go to your personal charity. So how about investing into a wholesome family blockbuster about America's most patriotic canine? Yes. Need more cash. We're investing and we're going to get more back. Mike Ribikoff, candidate for U.S. House of Representatives in Texas, says, Mr. President, your party is concerned with the USA providing processors to China. This is a threat to our national security. Who knows what the Chinese are going to use them for? What if they build supercomputers to bolster their military or invent new technologies? We will, in turn, be forced to purchase from them. On behalf of the party, I ask you to limit the sales of microchips to PRC. Will you sign the executive order? Sure. Oh, wow. This game is just keeps throwing stuff at you. I would have had a heart attack after a month of this in real life.